Hello Capricorn, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Capricorn, this is going to be your weekly reading from January 15th to the 21st. Sun, Moon, Rising in your Venus, Crosswatcher. If you're here, you guys know the drill. We're going to leave it at that. I'm going to try to keep these a little bit shorter this week so I can get to your mid-month. Capricorn, what I heard from Spirit was challenges and triumphs. You get to decide what they are. So it's some interesting energy. I've got the chills all through my body as I say this to you guys already. We're going to see what comes out in the cards. To me, some of you, Spirit is saying, could have some decisions to make this week. And I said it for Virgo. I just did Virgo's reading. What is your perception? What is your take on something? Because that's going to be indicative as how you see this play out. So that could be the overall theme for the week. How we are interpreting or how we are perceiving things to be in our reality at this time. I do feel like, and I said this to Virgo on a collective note, that I think this week is going to be kind of a push through. 1:11 on the clock, Virgo or Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Virgo. Focus, and then differences laying at the bottom of the deck there. Capricorn, you could be. It's like process of elimination of a situation that's in your life. Don't compare yourself to others either when it comes to a particular situation. You're going to start to see the duality in things this week, Capricorn, if you haven't already before, where you see where there's a goodness and a wholesomeness that comes through. You're going to see where there's a darkness that comes through. And I kind of feel like you may not have a clear perception of how that works. Okay, and it's a very vague statement, I know, and I apologize for that, but that's how it came through. You could be finding that challenges, it's almost like there's a little bit of anger kind of bubbling up to the surface. There's something going on where there has been no growth for a long time, but there's a lot of light energy. When I say light, like there's something being illuminated from this position. So there's a lot of orange. This is about your desires, your passions, potentially your creative ability, your sexual desires, what it is that you're trying to harness. But I kind of feel like you're trying to knock things down instead, like trying to like shoot, aim, fire, and take out whatever's in your way. Be careful with that energy, okay? Because it kind of gives me the impression, I think I might sneeze. Maybe. I wish I would. Maybe that would clear up my ear. My ear is driving me crazy again. It's all congested. Where was I going? It reminds me of Scorpio with that stinger, that tail, right? Be careful you're not, when you're shooting and aiming, that it's like not biting off your own nose to spite your face kind of vibe, Capricorn. And this could be based out of fear or where you wanted to go, where you thought you would be. And I do think you're trying to create foundations, but I feel like somewhere in the middle of all this, information is getting bent out of proportion, or it's like the path is not going to be as straight and narrow as you thought it might be, or what you would like it to be. You have to understand that there's always going to be twists and turns. The information that you're being given is something that you're going to have to sort through and understand what the differences are. And I think that there could be a lot of awakening or things about your partnerships coming to light for you this week. You're going to learn to decipher what is actually good for you and what is not. And I think you've been sitting with this for a while, knowing what is good and what is not good for you. But there is hurt beneath the surface. There is some pain beneath the surface that is causing this shoot, aim, and fire kind of vibe. Okay, I hope that's making sense for you guys. So let's see, what else for Capricorn? January 15th through the 21st. I'm going to take the, oh geez, there's too many here, hold on. But I will say, Mastery. This is about the self-mastery there, Capricorn. Illusion. You feel, it's like you could feel that someone has fed you some kind of rainbows and butterflies. And again, it's like sorting through the information. Fortune cookie. Like, what Spirit said, what is destined and fated to be cannot be changed. You know, so let's see here. Let's narrow this down. One card, please, Spirit, for Capricorn this week. What does Capricorn need to know? What does Capricorn need to know? I think it's important that you settle any emotional energy that's coming through too. Like, don't jump on the first thought that you're having. Like, really sit with it and decipher. Like, these cards do not want to come out. I'm using a different deck called the Divination of the Ancients. It's a really, really neat deck. It's something different. But nothing wants to come out for you guys. Let's see. Lots. So chance and sensitivity. Psychometry, sensitivity. You know, Capricorn, I feel like in your energy, you feel like you could be taking on a lot of other people's stuff. Don't take on their things and try to take a gamble on what it is that others want. Like, what do you want? What are your desires in this life? And whatever it is for you, you're going to have to make forward progress on what it is you actually want. Foresight. Like, you knew. Perception. I said perception right in the beginning. There's, again, this color of this. I want to show this to you. You see the color of this orange, this yellow here? Your desires versus your, I'm going to say your ego, your willpower, your strength. You see the orange on the Capricorn card, the orange, yellow, and then the same thing happening here. Work with your sacral and your solar plexus chakra this week, trying to self-master those things, Capricorn. Color green is also standing out as well. Remember that everything that glitters is not gold. I'm getting a lot of like abundance kind of vibe with the yellow and the gold colors, the orangish, whatever. But the thing of it is, it's like what you thought was abundant may not be. And I think there's a little bit of understanding around that too that's coming in. Seven of Pentacles, where you've invested your time, energy, and intentions into Four of Cups underneath. It's falling short of your Ten of Pentacles here. Ten of Swords, betrayal, backstabbing, hurt, pain. The need to walk away from things that are no longer serving your highest good. And with the Foresight, Eight of Wands, I've sounded like a broken record with some of you, that once you see something, and I just had this conversation this morning with someone, once you see something for what it is, you cannot unsee it. And it's like, I feel Spirit is giving me the number of 16 months. For the last 16 months, in regards to your partnerships, relationships, the opportunities that come in with them have been hard fought. And I don't even want to say, like, Spirit's saying hard won, but it's like, if you had to fight that hard to get a win, was it really a win? Is what I'm hearing from Spirit as well. So it's like, it's kind of contradicting one another, and there's those apples and those oranges, right? You can't compare the two, and you can't compare yourself to where others are. You're going to have to kind of stay in your own lane. In relation to that, though, too, is like, once this specific backstab, betrayal, whatever, this awareness that's coming in where things have come up short, the communication, it is incoming communication that you may not see, but I think there's also, again, the last 16 months, you've seen something play out that you knew it was a matter of time until something happened. Spirit is saying there could be a blow up here as well, based upon the choices, whether you or someone else has made these choices. But I kind of feel like your energy, Capricorn, is focused outward of yourself, because it's like you're taking in what's coming in from the world around you. There you are, the Devil card and the Ten of Wands. Again, a hard-fought battle, and it's like you've carried the burdens of a situation trying to make something work that was no longer working. And it's like you could have had some at some point some kind of emotional investment into whatever this is, but you're realizing that it's probably done with this 10 of Wands and the Devil, it's done more harm than good. It's created pressures and burdens. You could have almost felt like the sacrificial lamb, or you had to sacrifice something for yourself in order to get to a certain space. And it's kind of like being in the energy of selling your soul to the devil, to anything, just to make something else happen. And I always said, like, when I worked in a particular field, like, I made really good money. Like, I never had to worry about anything. But what I had to give up was a lot of family time, a lot of sleep, a lot of rest, a lot of time that I could have invested into other things that really meant something more to me. And that's kind of what this is it's like you've had to make an ultimate sacrifice, probably of something pertaining to your time, energy, and attention, in order to try to gain something else, but it's coming up short with the Seven of Pentacles. Like, it's not, yes, the seeds have been planted and it's not coming to fruition, and that's been your primary focus, is to make something happen that has not happened the way that you wanted it to become. And, you know, yes, there was emotional investment. You know, you made it, that maybe at some point in your life, up towards 10 years ago, you made a commitment to something that now is kind of leaving you hanging out to dry in the balance, and potentially with third-party situations as well. What is this 10 of Swords, Spirit? I said incoming communication with that 8 of Wands. You've got the Knight of Swords coming in. So again, on, you know, incoming communication in relations to some type of investment in love. The Lovers, the King of Cups, the Two of Cups. It doesn't have to be love. This can simply be partnerships. Anything that was brought together with a basis at one point that there was a pure intention of love. Somewhere in the midst, though, it got twisted. It got tangled up. It got bent out of you know, context or shape or whatever. I can't help but see, you know, I'm going to show you that there's the horns on the devil, right? They're not linear. They're not straight. They're bent. They're confused, right? They're going two separate directions. You see the smoke that's coming off of her bow and arrow. It's twisted again, right? It's not just a straight shot. And then with this particular card of the devil, he's got the four horns on his head. Those two are not straight, right? They're twisted again. And they're all, it's like everybody is fighting for a position, but everybody is going a different direction. And that's a problem. You know, if everybody's not working on the same page, it creates confusion. Temperance, I can't help but hear with this particular card, the way it's looking at me, is it's like somebody's raining on your parade, or you could feel like somebody's raining on your parade. Fire is being put out. 8 of Cups, walking away, leaving something, protecting your emotional energy. 5 of Cups, being sad, disappointed, knowing that it's time to move on. It's time to make some sort of change here, whether it's bittersweet. But honestly here, Capricorn, I feel like had whatever this ended some time ago, it would actually be bittersweet. Now it just seems like shit is sideways. Like, it doesn't feel balanced. Like, at some point this represented a space of happiness for you. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 3 of Swords. It went from a lot of pain to a lot of hurt. And I've said it before, where you can't understand what love is without the pain. And that's kind of like the same connotation that I'm getting here, is like, you can't understand happiness unless you have felt hurt, and you can't understand hurt without happiness. So, and it's like this could be tied to multiple people or areas in your life, people you could work with, people that you could partner with, people that you may be in a relationship with. But the foresight, the illumination, look, the Sun and the 8 of Cups with the 8 of Wands, you know that there's like a lot of memories around a particular situation. There's a lot of nostalgia that comes in with the situation, even though I don't have the 6 of Cups here. There's a lot of looking back, regrets, maybe feeling bad on yourself for maybe not seeing something. But again, there's some kind of incoming communication here with this 8 of Wands that it's making you aware of what it is you have to walk away from. And I feel like you've tried to put this off for some time, because you're like, well, if I just give it a little bit of love, if I give it a little bit of nurturing, if I give it a little bit of this, if I give it more of my focus, that something here is bound to change. And as I've said it before in other readings, again, if nothing outside of you is changing, then you have to be the thing that changes. And I think that that was the uncomfortable space for you, Capricorn, is like, I don't want to have to make the call and make this decision and make that change. Why can't other people act right? And what this boils down to is you've stayed somewhere for too long that you don't belong. So again, whether this is work, love, friendships, you know, who knows? There's a disbelief that you're going to have to walk away from something. I feel like you've been a part of something for so long that it's almost like there's a little bit of power here, like obsession of like you belong to part of this burden. Like you're supposed to be a part of this somehow. And it could be where you've made those investments, where you've planted those seeds before that did not come to fruition. Like Spirit's telling you need to detach yourself from this, but yet it's like with this Devil and the detachment coming out in the reverse, it's like, I don't know where I belong because I've been a part of this for so long. What happens to that situation if I'm not in it? And it's kind of like a little bit of a nosy energy, Capricorn, and I'm not beating on you, but it's like, well, how do I know that this is going to happen or that's going to happen if I'm not a part of it to control the situation? It's not yours to deal with. The only person or thing that you need to be concerned with is just you. Okay? So there's like a need to know that you have within you, but you need to walk away from. You're going to have, I'm going to tell you, this jump in didn't feel like your energy, and I agree. Because right now, it's like you've got release. You've hung on to something for comfort. You need to release, let go, take a step back, and the situation will resolve itself in due time. But you being smack dab in the middle of it, taking that gamble on that continuously to stay a part of something, to be a part of it, doesn't allow resolution to happen. You have 2 8s here. 3, actually. So 888 could be very important to you at this time. But your job isn't to jump in and rectify somebody else's something or whatever this is. It's asking you to let the situation resolve itself. And I'm going to say this too. I showed you those horns, right? Look at those 2 arrows on the resolution. They're not straight either. Part of this path to healing whatever this is, or for this to be rectified, it's not straight. It's not a straight followed path. The path that we walk sometimes can get very twisted and very turny, and there's things that are unforeseen, you know, beyond that foresight. Some things we're supposed to foresee, other things we're not supposed to see. And part of that is like, well, if I'm not a part of that, you're not supposed to be a part of something. So you know where your energy feels like it's being repelled, or you feel like things are very difficult. Spirit is asking you not to compare that situation to maybe another situation, or comparing yourself to other people. Everybody's path is different, and you don't have control over where other people go, but your focus is very much outside of yourself and not within. So pay attention to that. Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. If you found this video was helpful, which I hope you did, like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'm wishing you guys all the very best this week. Mid-months will be out before long. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.